Curley.
And this is Frank Curley.
In light of the release of Suicide Squad, Nando V Movies has started a playlist, One Villainous Scene. We weren't strictly speaking invited, but we're joining the bandwagon anyway. And today...
Like the Joker, we don't need to be invited.
Yeah, why not? Speaking of the Joker, today we're actually breaking the rules a little bit. We're going to talk about two scenes because we couldn't decide which one to pick.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with mine, which is... So this is an episode in the first season of Batman the Animated Series, which for my money is the best Batman adaptation. Yep. And it has 5 villains, Joker, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Penguin, and Killer Croc, all laying low from Batman in a bar and playing poker. And one of the nice things about this episode is it has a lot of little establishing character moments just in the first few seconds. It really sets the scene. You see Penguin has a cup of tea, like the English gentleman he's pretending to be. Poison Ivy, of course, orders an herbal tea. Two-Face, always on brand, is having half and half in his coffee, and his opening hand is 2 face cards and a deuce, and he trades for 2 cards, again, always on brand. And the Joker, who's the dealer, is calling for a nice clean game, but is immediately obviously cheating. So, at the Joker's insistence, they have a storytelling session where they tell their almost got 'em Batman stories.
Yeah, it's kind of like that one episode where the kids are talking about Batman only, from a different perspective.
Right. This shows them how the villains view Batman. They all have their own theories.
You know what I think?
Not the robot theory again.
Well, he could be.
So they each go over their own story. Ivy starts with her exploding pumpkins, and I'm partially convinced this story exists just to put her in a black swimsuit. Two-Face, again, on brand, robbing $2 million in $2 bills with the help of the 2-ton gang, and he tries to crush Batman with a giant penny.
The funny thing is, I think on eBay, a $2 bill will get you a bit more than that. So you have a whole collection of those.
Yeah, this is before eBay.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then Killer Croc is next.
And?
I threw a rock at him.
And then Penguin, it's interesting, he's the one who actually actively set a trap for Batman where he tried to poison him with hummingbirds and have a cassowary tear him apart.
Which is not a bad plan. Those things are nasty.
But I don't...
Big birds, I mean the emo war.
Fair enough. And then there's the Joker. Again, throughout the episode, he's been blatantly cheating. You see him hiding cards up his sleeves, he peeks at Harvey's cards, he even slips a Joker into his hand, which you're not allowed to do in any kind of poker. So it's kind of already demonstrating that he's not playing by any of the spoken or unspoken rules. And he's also been the dealer, so he's implicitly in charge of the scene and dictating the game, as well as the stories. So, and his story even starts with him bringing out a portable TV, so he's like planned for this. He wanted an audience. He did all this just to build up to his show.
Well, it's his ego. Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of his big traits. His superpowers are really ego and insanity.
Yeah. So Joker tells his story about, it starts with him taking over a talk show, putting Batman in an electric chair fueled by laughter, and then, putting his finger on the scales by feeding the audience laughing gas. But that's not the almost got him part. The almost got him is that Joker has kidnapped Catwoman and is going to grind her up in a cat food factory. And the other villains joked and ribbed with each other, and they were chagrined at Batman, but Joker, if you look on their faces, they're horrified. They're stunned and appalled by what he's doing. Among this audience is someone who's going to blow up half of Gotham with exploding pumpkins. So why?
Batman kind of exists in like this general, film noir land where the villains are kind of like part of a team.
If not a team, then there's at least some understanding. There is an understanding of how they do things. And the thing here is, Catwoman, she's got a crush on Batman, sure, but she is still one of the rogues. She's somebody who in later comics they occasionally work together with when their interests align. But Joker is just going after her, not even because he's mad at her, but because it's going to hurt Batman. And they're all kind of realizing that any of them could end up on the conveyor belt headed for a meat grinder if Joker thought it would hurt Batman.
Yeah, fish food for Penguin.
Yeah.
Not to give anyone any ideas, but...
And that, again, that shows to me, it's a subtle showing of like why the Joker is Batman's greatest villain, why he's feared by the rest of the villains, and why he doesn't get invited to a lot of team-ups.
A true chaotic, rulesless evil.
Yeah. And that leads us into part 2, Return of the Joker.
Yeah, so Batman Beyond, and I gotta say, it was interesting watching these two back to back, because they both have like a general theme of just how Joker, stands out against, the rest of the villains. It feels just like a natural follow-up, despite, the severe difference in quality and just style of the two shows. So it's Batman Beyond. Terry McGinnis is Batman, Bruce is Spotter, and
it's about 40 or 50 years after the original show.
Yeah, I think Tim Drake says like 40.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So in the movie, Joker returns, and he's doing his usual Joker thing, and then we get to Barbara Gordon explaining what happened to Joker when everyone else was.
Yeah, as far as Bruce has known, Joker has been dead for 40 years, so him showing up spry and looking as young as he once did is a surprise.
Tim Drake gets kidnapped by the Joker, tortured into basically a Joker Jr. Something that the other villains wouldn't do.
Yeah, they might fight the Robins, they might kidnap him and dangle him over a pit or something, but you're going above and beyond, Mr. J.
Yeah, Joker really was just after his heart this time, because Batman is horrified and pissed, like more than we had seen him before. Like even more than, grumpy old man, Batman Beyond.
Old man Bruce, he's perpetually annoyed, but this is like furious.
So even like Batgirl, she's merciless against, Harley Quinn more than usual, even if she does try to save her life at the end. And during this scene, this part, Joker basically mocks Batman for his true identity, and probably gives him the most like verbal tearing into of just being completely merciless. And we get probably the most threatening Batman has ever been.
I'll break you in two.
Batman, we've seen him threaten thugs a lot, but that's always been with the undercurrent of, he's interrogating them, and he doesn't follow through on the threats. This one, you get the sense that if the Joker didn't die the way you eventually see him die, Batman was going to take him out, or try to.
So already we see the Batman we know kind of falling apart to the point where Joker actually gets the upper hand, and tries to go brainwash Tim into killing him. Tim looked like he was about to shoot Batman, but then whether he realized what he's doing or just nervous triggers or whatever, he kills the Joker.
One version, death by slapstick.
Yeah, which it is fitting. The death of Joker is a villainous tragedy. He's at the utter height of his crime. So, and let's be honest, that was a very Joker way of dying, slipping and getting electrocuted. That's hilarious in a wrong kind of way.
Yeah, the Joker doesn't seem to think so, with his last words being,
That's not funny.
To be fair, he didn't get those last words when he gets electrocuted. He gets that when he's shot.
Right. Yeah.
Feel free to litigate that yourselves.
The movie had been censored for various reasons when it came out.
No, they censored it with a more horrifying off-screen death.
That's how they censor everything in Batman the Animated Series.
So I think it's important to realize just how much this basically destroyed the original, like the continuity of the original series. Just that is, from what I understand, I mean, Justice League, whatever. This is the latest event we see of classic Batman.
Yeah, the other shows make it kind of, not entirely sure where it falls, but yeah, this is the end of the Bat family that we see.
Yeah, so we have basically an immovable object against an unstoppable force, and both break. Joker is dead, but the Bat family is done, and Batman just is not the same after this. And in his own twisted way, Joker got him. He got rid of the Batman we knew.
Yeah, the same way he tried to with Catwoman. He succeeded with Tim Drake. So that is our 2 villainous scenes. I hope you enjoyed.
But kind of interconnected, but I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you all next time.
Yep. Click like, subscribe, and take a look at one of our other videos.
Yep.